It's Tanya with Red Cardinal Crafts, and today I'm going to be working on another layout that was in my 2001 album. And I was flipping through my album and I saw this page in particular, which I do not like. This just does not go with that. And so I'm going to work on these two pages and see if I can fix them up a little bit. Before I get started, I just wanted to show you these templates I made to go on my desk. It's just Bristol board from Michael's for 89 cents. Marcy Penner from 2Ps, she does this on her channel, and I think it's absolutely brilliant. So I have design A, I have two of those, I have two of design D, and then I did one of each because these are usually the layouts that I use, and this one I can just flip it around the other way if that's what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna bring back the photos that were on here, and I like doing this because it's so much easier than working with the album. I find I get distracted when I have the entire album. So this is how it was set up, I believe. Like this, and then the tree. So yeah, I just don't like, I don't like the colors. Now this is already glued down. I could always trim it. It's not bad. It's just, I think it's this card that's bothering me. So let's just grab some new cards and play around a little bit. All right, here we go. Okay, so I get rid of that yellow card to begin with, and I start playing with some taupe colors. And then I want to bring in some light pink because I just find this layout is just really dark with what Scott's got on, with what Bryn has on. Ducks are kind of dark, the background's dark. So I just move photos around. And this whole thing is probably pointless because I have current scrapbook pages that I should probably be working on, but I don't know. I'm not happy with the album if I'm not happy with some of the pages. That was just another picture I found of Bryn and I that I thought was cute, so I added that. And I mean, there's a lot of pictures going on, so why I added another one. But you'll see that I take I think one or two photos away. I move that little green card with the hearts over to that space. Then I put that card down, but it actually says something about Valentine's Day on it. So I'm like, okay, that's just not going to work. And you'll see I move everything around. Oh God, over and over again. And I try a different card under there. And to be honest, this entire process takes, well, it takes me hours. So just be glad I edit a lot. It's painful for me too. It's nice to look back and watch it going fast. That, I finally cut that card up and I take that off of the photo. And later I realized that there's a similar photo right there on the bottom left, so I don't end up using it after all that. But I'm still trying at this point. And I figure there's too much pattern there with the pink paper up above with the ducks, so then I try some yellow, thinking it's going to bring in that journaling card. On the left-hand side has a little bit of yellow in it, so I'm thinking that would work. And then I put the photo by itself. And I try a few cards for that little spot there, because I'm thinking that has some pink on it. And because I already have a journaling card, I don't want to journal over on that side, so I'm just trying to find a little decorator card. I try that, and then I go back to the bike, and then I try something else. And it's just not working. So I just move some things around. try something else. And then I'm considering doing a journaling card on the right-hand side, but no, the journaling card goes back. So again, I've moved things around, and I've now have Scott and Bryn up in the top there with a green card, and I'm finally going, you know what? You just need to clear off the entire space, forget what was, and start all over again. Because I'm too hung up on what the page used to look like, and it's too hard to create a new page when you're looking at the old one. So I just find this so much easier, and I love using that template on my desk. It just has, because it's all white, it just gives you just a huge empty space that you can start to fill, but not totally fill, if you know what I mean. So these ones I'm moving around, and as you can see, I'm putting them back to the same place that they were. So I finally clue in that I just need to move those around at that point. And there, that's kind of a breakthrough for me there when I move that picture up to the left-hand side. And I have all that white space around the back of it. And then I do the same with that picture of Bryn, and I put that there, and then everything just seems open. But I'm bringing that duck picture back again. I probably could have done away with that. There's enough ducks in the rest of the pictures, but. So I just find that picture heavy with her with the hat. I put that down at the bottom. It just feels like a heavy picture needs to go down in that bottom picture. And with her with the dark purple and green, it needs to go down there. So I figure I should back that photo with something. And I like the fact that I have that pink card at the bottom left, because then it ties in the pink with the ducks. And I decide to back that one with yellow. So now I'm trying to bring in some light pinks, light yellows, and then I also have the green in that card with the ducks that says quack. And I think that card's going to go because there's too many flowers going on. But yeah, I bring in another flower. Now, the picture of the deer. I want to bring that in, but it's just so heavy with all that dark green. But the picture of her in the blue sweatshirt up top, she's actually looking out our patio door, and she's looking at the deer. So I want to have the picture in there to show the little deer that used to come visit. One day we had about 17 deer in the backyard, and I went out and I said, okay guys, and they all like stopped and looked up at me. This is actually the next day, and I decided to trim that picture and put it in there, but I was pointing to the tree. I wanted to have some of that white tree, just to kind of take away from that green. And I decided to switch out some of the cards. Now, that's a picture of a cat, and no, there's no cats around, but I just thought it was kind of cute, and the dark cat brings in the dark from the other photos. That's just tying in the yellow. And then down the bottom, I just brought in that little camera, but again, I move things around 8 million times. And then I like that little polka dot card. So there I'm thinking about doing the journaling right on that bottom card and forget about the journaling in that space. So I just journal, and what I'm journaling about there is about how she would talk about the deer. And she used to call the deer D. And it was D-E-E. She used to say, Dada D, Mama D. And she used to look at you. We're like, yes, Bryn, yes, the deer are there. She used to just stand there and say it over and over again. So on that card up there, I just did the journaling about how we used to go to the park to feed the ducks. And I went to Michael's yesterday and I bought a ton of washi tape. It was 60% off. So I'm just going to add a little bit to that card there, just bringing in some more of that green. And just adding the photo of her and Scott. Oh, and I also had a deal on the little enamel dots. So these ones are actually wood. So I thought those would be kind of cute. So I just add a couple to that card. And then I bring in a little wood veneer heart. And I think that's kind of cute. Because that yellow card over there says, I love. I think it says something about hanging out with the people I love. And then I just added another little wood veneer heart to that one with Bryn and I. And then I did a little piece of pink washi tape. I was trying to bring in some yellow on that, but the yellow I had was just a little too dark. And then I'm just writing that she's 16 months old there and doing another piece of that same greenish blue washi tape. And then I have some Scrabble letter stickers that I believe were from Miss Phyllis. And I just spelled out D, because that's what she used to call the deer. It was adorable. And little did we know, we used to feed the deer peanuts in the shell, because at this point, at 16 months, we did not know she had a severe peanut allergy. So it's a good thing the peanuts were in the shell. So I'm pretty much done with this layout at this point. I just want to make sure everything is the way I want it to look. And I just want to add a couple of those little wooden dots to the picture with the deer. And I have so much trouble with these little wooden dots because I have big hands and they're tiny little round sticky dots. I have trouble with that. But I eventually get them on there. And the other thing I add is a little wood veneer car to the journaling on the left-handed side because we always used to drive to that park. So I'll show that in a second here. And that's going to do it for this this video. So I'm going to be doing some more updates of old photos and stuff, so please stay tuned. And here's the before, if you remember it, and here's the after. So I think it turned out pretty good. And yeah, I'll be back with some more of these videos. I know I should probably be spending my time working on current layouts, but if I'm not happy with the layout I've done in one of my albums, it's always going to drive me crazy. So I think it's worth going back and tweaking a little bit. So I'll be back with some more Project Life videos soon. Thanks for watching.